So, yes, everybody, we are back with some more anime slash Jujutsu Kaisen. Well, not really, you guys have been chilling out on the Jujutsu Kaisen hot takes, but we're just back with some more hot takes. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. And before we get too deep into this video, I have a very important announcement. I will be at DreamCon this year. Yes. All of your black content creators or the most fun ones will be at DreamCon. All of your personal favorites will be there. RDC World, Corey came last year. I believe Berlizzi is there every single year. Your boy Roshi and that crew, they're gonna be there. Hey, everybody named Mama's gonna be there. I'm gonna be there this year. I'm very excited. It'll be my first one. So if you'd like to meet me, now's your chance, because other than that, you niggas are never gonna find out where I live. And if you do, it's not gonna be good for you. This is not a challenge. Please don't try to dox me. Please, I'm just making fucking anime videos. Dude, I was eating Fruity Pebbles. I got it in my dreadlocks. What the how did I do this? But you guys already know how this goes at this current point. I will make a post over on the YouTube channel, out also Twitter as well. Follow me on Twitter at @TheRealOGDappy. I'll be on there. And without further ado, let's go over to the YouTube. Let's do it. TCT Phantom. The Rakuzaichi arc of Kagurabachi is the best shonen arc of the past 10 years. Ooh.
Okay, it's got a little kick.
I'm gonna let him cook, hold on. It expands the world of Kagurabachi seamlessly. One of the issues of the Sojo arc was the core cast was pretty small. It was pretty much just Shiba, Char, and Chihiro for most of the arc. Hakuri is such a great deuteragonist for this arc. His story is so simple yet well done. The way he bounces off Chihiro is great too, Pursoon. Kiora is such a great antagonist. I personally like Sojo more than Kiora. I think they're both good villains, but I think that Sojo being a direct reflection of Chihiro's realization that these things that he holds so dearly, that he wants to protect, from his father, they're instrumentally weapons to kill people. These aren't like cufflinks, or this isn't like earrings or something like that. Like, these are weapons of mass destruction. And then you have Kiora on the other side of that coin, where Chihiro comes to understanding that there are going to be people that will try to exploit this. No matter what kind of worth that you hold in your head, there are people that have zero attachment to that and will try to sell it off for their own purposes, whether it be wealth, whether it be power, whatever it may be. And then you also have him accepting help from other people with asking the Kamunabi, can you help me make a seal? And obviously he ends up working for the Kamunabi for this little bit as well. But I like Kiora. I just like Sojo a little bit more. We get glimpses of the greater story, the Hishaku pulling the strings behind the scenes. And we have what seems to be the big bad showing up. Yeah, dude, Yuta showing up was fucking crazy, dude. That page turn, like reading that live, that was lethal page turn. Whenever people like on Twitter are posting like, oh, now reading Kagurabachi, they read that page, they're like, what the fuck? Like, what? Past 10 years over Shibuya though? I don't know. Even like the last part of Chainsaw Man, I don't know. I don't know. I respect it though. I do. I see the vision, brother. I see it. It's a hot take, but I don't entirely disagree. There are a lot of things that I think it does. There are some tropes in there, and there's some things I definitely think they could have been done. I should have seen more of Hiyuki's combat. I want to know more about Hiyuki as well. It's funny that you say that she looks like a woman, because a lot of people thought that Hiyuki originally was a feminine man at first, but because Hokuzono doesn't draw women with abnormally like large breasts or anything like that, they're typically a little more petite in Kagurabachi. I think it's just an artist thing. He just can't draw, big breasts or anything like that, super large. Unlike Kubo, my goat. You know what I mean? But okay, I like this. Starting off strong. Yes, some actual hot takes. Yes, give me content, please. The Sakamoto Days animation isn't bad, but everyone has been ruined by Dandadan and JJK level animation that people think it's bad. This is cope. Okay, here's the thing. It's not bad, but it's just mid. And I have a whole video coming out on this. By the time you guys get this video, y'all have already seen the Sakamoto Days video. Hopefully, if you didn't, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. But a lot of people are saying, oh, well, you guys wouldn't have survived the early 2000s and the 90s. No. There are so many high quality animated projects in the 90s, the early 2000s. I don't want to hear that shit. I really don't. And as time goes on, people's expectations and industry standards are rising. So like something that's going to fly in the 90s and 80s and early 2000s is not going to fly in 25 years later, man. Come on, be so fucking for real. While yes, did most of early Naruto look like absolute horse cock? Yes, it did. Until you had your moments of Sakuga, right, where you had Naruto versus Haku. You also had one of my favorite cuts in the series, Sasuke versus Orochimaru in the Forest of Death, etc. I could go on, but like Naruto was not that well animated because it was a seasonal anime, but you still have fantastic looking projects. So when I go from like Heavenly Delusion or Castlevania Nocturne Season 2 to Sakamoto Days, I'm just kind of like, damn, I expect a little more, especially with all the hype that was thrown around and people telling me I need to read the manga and all this shit. Like, nah, man, I feel bad, honestly. But is it bad? Nah, it's not Blue Lock, Season 2 level. Far from it. We're actually seeing moving images on the screen, but nah, I don't think so. Hot take, fights don't need to have good or complex tactics to be considered a quality fight. So really, in most mediums, a fight needs to have some sort of theme revolving around it or a conflict of ideals. There needs to be something interesting to warrant the audience getting invested in the fight and they want to see who comes out. Like, part of the reason why Gaara versus Lee is so hyped up is because Lee was revered as like a taijutsu genius, but like when it comes to actual ninjutsu, he literally could not do it. But then when he found his niche, he worked at it and he grinded out, he pounded out, he did the hard work. We saw all of it. And so then when you have Gaara, who's like damn near effortlessly just like fucking washing everybody, nothing's really a challenge to him. And then you see Lee put the beast on him. Yeah, I like that. I do. And good or complex tactics, I mean, that's just like you go to like a lot of fighting anime and fighting manga, sometimes they don't have overly complex and things like that. Sometimes it's just for, hype and aura, but I would agree with this. I don't think it's necessarily a hot take. I don't think so. This may be a cold take, but especially with the manga, people have a really bad take of not developing their own opinions on a series and just parroting shit they've heard off of others. Use Black Clover and Fairy Tail as examples since they get accused of being Naruto One Piece ripoffs to this day, but then the arguments made are garbage just copied off of others. What's funny? So actually I was doing something completely like not adjacent to anime and manga. I'm actually going through Spider-Man Miles Morales because I have my new PC and I'm able to play games that are PlayStation only, but then transition to PC. I was playing through Spider-Man Miles Morales and I really like Miles as a character, but then I go online and I see people shitting on Insomniac Miles all the time and I really don't know why. I'm really fond of him. I don't think his voice is like super annoying or anything like that. I think as a character he makes sense. I do think he is still distinctly different from Peter. He has his own life to live. He has his own different connections. Obviously, he has his mom in his life. Peter had Aunt May, but still, it's different. He also has his uncle. Like, he still has his close family that he has. Well, Peter doesn't really have that besides Aunt May, honestly. But I don't know. People like were shitting on Insomniac Miles. I just kept scrolling. I see so many people dogging him, and I didn't really get it. But no, that's just any medium you go into thing. I mean, a lot of people they like I was slandering One Piece as a joke mainly because I was like, oh, it's fucking long, whatever. But then actually, obviously, I got into it and I'm going along with it with you guys, and I'm actually liking it quite a lot. I actually fucking cried reading One Piece. I didn't ever think I would do that. So no, I agree. The new big three of shonen are Kagurabachi, Dandadan, and Sakamoto Days. What are you describing as like new big three? You seem like the past like 3-5 years, because like no Demon Slayer is crazy, no JJK is crazy. Like what? I like Kagurabachi, but new big three, I don't know. I love me some Kagura, but I don't know. Dandadan, listen, I made that video on Dandadan season 1. A lot of y'all disagree with me. New big three, I don't know. I don't know, champ. I don't know. Sakamoto Day, hey. Now, part of this also is a lot of authors aren't going to be going into this fucking like 400, 500 chapter style. People just don't want to do that anymore. We're tired. Like, they're like, nah, bro. Like, Shonen Jump is not going to do that to me. Absolutely not. And they want to work on other things. But the new big three with no My Hero, no JJK, that's crazy work. I don't know. Let's see. Lured Eldrin Boy. Shout out to him. He made a thumbnail for me for the Samura video. He makes pretty good art as well. Get this man a fucking iPad, bro. This is me making some crazy ass art just like on his phone. Yo, somebody get this man an iPad or something. Might need to do like a crowdfunding thing or something like that. But anyway, if there's fan service with young characters, you can throw that anime away no matter what it has to offer. I couldn't care less if you had Isaac Newton levels of genius with their writing and world building. If you can't be bothered to show respect and normality to children, then I'm not going to bother showing you any attention. I'm never watching My Hero Academia, and no one can convince me to. That is very fair. Now the thing is that people will call you a tourist, like, oh, you're not a real anime fan for this. But that's perfectly valid, and I've talked about fan service in my videos. I don't fucking care for it. I really don't. And I had a discussion with another YouTuber about like My Hero's treatment of its characters is very weird, especially since like they look like children too, and you have that one cover of Invisible Girl with like all that caution tape. It is really fucking weird. I don't know why Hirokoshi did that. Like, I get it's a fictional character. If it was real, you should call the cops. But nah, that's perfectly valid. I completely understand. I'm not gonna disagree with you on that. The fight choreography for Kagurabachi is better than the big three combined. All right, hold on, man. Hold on. Respect Naruto, though, bro. Hold on, man. Hold on, brother. Hold on. All right. Respect Kubo and respect Kishimoto, right? Like, do I like a little bit more One Piece? Absolutely, but I'm also early into One Piece. I don't know if it gets better in all that. What we not gonna do is slander Masashi Kishimoto. That's what we not gonna do. All right, that man was goated with the pen. I don't want to hear what anybody got to say. You want to talk about some of the best artists that Jump has had on their lineup? You're talking about 2 out of 3 of them over here. You talk about Tite Kubo. You talking about Masashi Kishimoto. You talk about, bro, like, people were shit on Gege, but bro, even look at My Hero Academia's author, one of the best artists that Shonen Jump has ever had in their lineup. Chojin X too. I see some crazy panels on there. Like, what? Hold on there. And we talk about actual choreography and fight flow and all that. Kishimoto had it, man. He was in his bag. Was it like Akira Toriyama levels of flow? No, I wouldn't say so. I think Akira Toriyama was the GOAT. All right, like that boy Toriyama was putting up like LeBron numbers when it came to like choreography and flows of fights and like how you could imagine it. So hold on. But I disagree, brother. I disagree. I feel like there's a good way Uraha could be brought back into the story that would make sense and not ruining a stakes death currently has. I feel like too many people were rubbed the wrong way by Nobara and instantly decided something like that happening again could never work. Could I make it work? No, I have no ideas for it, but since we built up properly, I'm sure Hokuzono has a plan. I really hope to God he does not come back. I really don't. It takes away from Samura's whole plight, right? Like, he's like, Samura thinks that what they did on that island or that war was so bad that they, like, everybody needs to die. They don't need to like have their powers taken away. Like, you need to die. So if he were to come back, I don't like that. I don't. I'm hoping that we get like a flashback arc or something like that. Obviously, if the Seisei War happens, we get that arc that's gonna answer a lot of these questions. But I'm hoping we have just like some like dedicated flashbacks to Uraha and Samura, especially as master and student, since they're I guess some of the only verified users of the EA White Purity style. So yeah, JJK should have ended with Yuji taking in a young sorcerer named Kaisen, and in the final panel he says, "Welcome to Jujutsu Kaisen." Chat! Someone give this man an award. This is peak. I've said it before, but the Alessi arc in JoJo Part 3 really should have been Alessi versus Joseph. Nigga, who's Alessi? What? But it's been like 7 years since I watched JoJo Part 3, so you gotta forgive me. Seeing Edgar Joseph in Part 3 thanks to an enemy stand would have been peak. Oh, yeah, that was when Polnareff turned into a baby. Yeah. And Joseph could have mitigated a portion of the anti-aging with Hamon if it works aging. It would have removed one of the worst fights in JoJo's place with top tier fan service. I see it. Yeah, because like they gave like Polnareff a bath and everything. He like leaves like doo-doo in his diaper. Yeah, I honestly I agree. I don't think it's that a hot take. I agree though. Most characters in anime are a combination of hard work and natural talent. Sure, some may be more talented than others, but it's very rare for a character to be all hard work or natural talent. And in fact, a lot of the characters who have natural talent are also shown to work their butts off. I've never seen anybody be bothered by fan service in anime. Even in anime where the fan service isn't front and center like Fairy Tales, you must be paying attention to how Fire Force gets cooked every other fucking Wednesday on my timeline, because they be tearing that ass up. They be cooking Fire Force, man. They be slandering Kishimoto recently too. Hey, listen, I'm not caught up on Chainsaw Man Part 2. I might do like a stream where I like sit down with y'all and read it. I don't know what's going on with Chainsaw Man, but they say Fujimoto washed. They said that Fujimoto on some predator activities with the way he write that story, man. I don't know what's going on, but no, I think the fan service is like people just kind of don't care enough anymore. Normal people, obviously. And if you like it's fan service, you like it's your thing. I mean, hey, do your thing, do you? But like, I don't think a lot of people just want to see that anymore. I think people just want to see some other stuff. Blue Lock is only edgy if taken out of context. It's one of the best new gen manga, and its value both narratively and psychologically is beyond what almost anyone gives it recognition for. It's also by far the most inspiring for every aspect of the word, but people downplay it to the extreme because of weird sentences like "I'm gonna devour you" or "I'm gonna come" out of context. I know that's not an unpopular opinion, and it's been said before, but the amount of hate it gets for no reason far as past the amount of praise. I mean, you see those memes where people are like, "Oh, bro, I thought this was just soccer, man." I see a nigga just like tweaking out on screen with like one of the most detailed expressions in the series, something like that. But I mean, like, people are competitive and people like say stuff all the time. You go to like any like pro gaming thing, you go to any sports, like people are talking crazy. Like even if you like engage in some of these things, like you gotta like push yourself. It's literally about like motivation. Now also some of what you're talking about is like translation issues as well. So it possibly could come across more vulgar when they translate it into English rather than how it actually means in Japanese, but I digress. But I don't think it's overly edgy. That's me personally. I've not caught up on Blue Lock. I watched like 20 episodes of the first season. I just didn't pick it up. I don't know why. This is before all the slander between season 2 came out. Anyway, but My Hero Academia would have actually been good with Bakugo as the protagonist. Deku doesn't change nor significantly impact anyone other than Bakugo, which could have happened through other means. What? Oh. My brother in Christ. My brother in Christ. Mirio. Todoroki. I'm just gonna leave it at Todoroki. I'm gonna just leave it at Todoroki. Bro, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it a beam with you. If it not for Midoriya himself, I believe Todoroki would have boomed himself. I'm so serious. Eri, bro, literally Eri? Come on, dog. Come on, man. Shigaraki, stop it, nigga, stop it. Stop. All Might himself, stop it. You bugging, you tripping. Your editor should seek a healthier workplace and you should put down the whip. No, I'd say that Daima is better than OG Dragonball. Chat. You know, I don't ever send hate someone's way. I don't. I try to actively avoid witch hunts on my channel. But 63 lives, 74. We might have to kill you, bro. I'm playing. I'm kidding. I disagree. In like what aspect? Animation? Sure. We're talking about 30 years, like, the difference in terms of animation quality and all that good stuff. But you talk about like Demon King Piccolo compared to any villains in Daima, I'm not. I would put Tao Pai Pai where most of these villains in fucking Daima, man. maybe General Blue, maybe. I don't. Nah, you're tripping. Kagurabachi is heavily overrated. IMO, it does nothing particularly well. Everything seems very bland and uninspired. The characters have little personality and chemistry with each other. What? The power system is the basic soul life force based magic. Plot is like any other action movie, and the art doesn't stand out to me. What? Okay. To me, the only real thing it has going on for it is the lore with the Seitei War. It doesn't have that one thing that the other successful manga that makes them unique. You want good fights, Sakamoto Days. You want endearing characters, relationships, Dan. You want an interesting story and power system, Chainsaw Man. Yeah, people will glaze it to no end saying it has the best arc or villains or etc. I honestly don't get it. This is just a matter of personal preference, so I can't objectively tell you you're wrong. I mean, as most of these are. But I like Kagurabachi, like, okay, obviously I love the series and I love talking about it. If I had to like grade it very seriously, I would give it like a 7.5 to an 8 out of 10. If I had to sit down and critique it very seriously. The magic system, it does feel a little underdeveloped. It feels a little basic, but we're also learning things about it consistently. It also is so early. Like you go to any long-running shonen, I mean, obviously you're not gonna have the intricacies laid out all the time. Now, Jujutsu Kaisen excels in that area, right? Like we had, like obviously we have Gojo and Ichiji explaining all the things with cursed energy and barrier techniques, and then we actually get to see them in practice later on in the series, and it continues on, and it actually improves upon these as well. It's also just, it's so early. I think Chihiro's interactions with like characters and all that, I think that they're well done. I consistently want to see more of the characters, but it's not more like I'm getting starved. It's just like, okay, I'm hooked. You have my interest. So what's next? Type of seeing it. But the fight choreography in Kagurabachi is very good. The art and art use of perspective is very good as well. I disagree. I disagree, my good brother. Last one from YouTube. I got a few, but I think my biggest one yet is that old gen shonen doesn't have a single masterpiece, while newer gen has produced a lot, like AOT, Hunter x Hunter, Chainsaw Man, Freerun. Hunter x Hunter, isn't that old as shit? There's literally a Hunter x Hunter from like what, like 99, like early 2000s. What? Freerun, etc. And the big three are the real problem of this. They have insane amounts of plot armor, and since they are so big, they destroy the competition. They didn't let the good animes of their generation to grow bigger than them. Thus, the best animes in that genre are also well known. As for a random fact that might trigger people, it's not an opinion, it's a fact. JJK has a lot of problems like plot holes and underused characters, but the one problem JJK doesn't have is plot armor. JJK has no plot armor at any point in the show, and this can be proved. What? Plot armor for who? Because you could argue that Yuji like has plot armor, but like some of this is just like protagonist activities, right? I never really felt like it does feel like there's a real constant loom of death on everybody. But like, was I scared that Sukuna was gonna like kill Yuji at the end of the series? No, I literally thought that like I knew Yuji was gonna get his lick on him. I just didn't know in what capacity, you know. As far as other people, I get it. Because it does feel kind of random whenever like Gege points the gun and like spins in a circle and shoots it at somebody. But no masterpieces in old shonen. What? You know what? Let's do. Let me look at something. Let's look 10 most popular shonen in the early 2000s that exclude Bleach, Naruto, One Piece, and Dragon Ball. Just so I can bring up a list real quick, so I can visualize what this young brother's saying. Full Metal Alchemist, W, my favorite anime of all time. Hunter x Hunter, yeah, I don't know what you were talking about. Yu Yu Hakusho, Rurouni Kenshin, I ain't gonna speak on that. Shaman King, I don't know about no Shaman King, I don't know about that. Gintama, D. Gray Man, I don't know about his masterpiece either. I don't even know if I would say Attack on Titan's a masterpiece as well, to be honest. I think Attack on Titan is overrated. I'm weird in that like I like the show, but I don't know. It did feel like overly convoluted at certain points. I like the themes that it tackles and it talks about. How there were just some parts like my eyes were glazing over in my head, and I was just like, I don't care. I don't care. Interesting. I disagree, but you know, power to you, I guess. I hope. Oh my God! He said there was no masterpiece. Like, let's straight up compare like Chainsaw Man to I don't know, fucking. This isn't a shonen. But I mean, like, Samurai Champloo. Like, what do I like more? I would tell you I like Samurai Champloo or Cowboy Bebop more than I do some Chainsaw Man. You know what I mean? But those aren't really shonen, so I don't know if I really count. I don't know. This is a weird take. I don't know. But anyway, that'll do it from the YouTube batch, man. Got some actual good hot takes. The hottest takes yet. Good Lord. Jesus, this is hot. I like it. I'm down. Anyway, look forward to the next video. We'll be going over the Discord hot takes. Please make sure you stay tuned for that. And yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me on this video. Please make sure you leave a like and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. Y'all make sure you take care of yourselves, guys, and have a damn good one. Peace.